Welcome to this Windows and Computer channel, and this is an interesting story today about Google. So, of course, in the European Union, the privacy laws are very different and require a lot more openness on what's happening. And it's interesting because, I get people all the time saying, well, they snoop on us on Google. Well, they do. They do because that's their business. Google's business is ads. It's not the search engine. Search engine is that thing that people use, but in reality, thinking that it's a search engine is wrong. It's actually the biggest ad company in the world. That's why YouTube exists. That's why monetization exists on YouTube channels, and that's why there's a lot of people making money over this, including Google. Where it gets a little unclear, and that's where the difficulty is today what we've lost control over is the tracking. You know, when the internet started, tracking was very simple. It was pretty direct. There's a few little things, and we didn't really think too much about it. And then, as time went by, things went a little more complicated. And today, they are really, really complex. Today, visiting just one website might actually have dozens of trackers of different third party companies tracking everything you do, checking the cookies that you have stored to see what type of content you look at, and trying to get as much information about who you are. And that's where I think we are at a limit where we need to have regulation over how things are done. The fact that you're tracked isn't that much of a problem in itself. I rather have ads of things that I want to buy than ads of things I don't know what they are, because that's what probably I might buy. And the thing is, when you do that, you get a lot of these companies, using all the information they can find about you. But the problem we are facing today, and that's what the regulation in Europe is actually looking at, they talk about how Google uses even like invisible web pages that we don't even notice or see that gathers more and more details about us. And, that's where I think we need to have regulation that we're going to just sit down and say, okay, that's enough. We need to know what you're gathering. We need to see everybody involved, because that's where we're losing everything. Not only are we not, we don't know where everything is, we don't even know where it's going. We don't even know what company is using the information. That's getting very, very bizarre. I mean, when you're at that level where you don't even know what the tracking does because there's just too much of it, I think that's where our privacy is a problem. So, today that's pretty much my little rant of different companies. And I'm talking about Google because the European Union talked about Google, but every website we visit has tons and tons of trackers, and I think that's got to stop. I think at some point we need to have more regulation. That's why some people are using ad blockers. But at the same time, ad blockers are not preventing any tracking from not working. They're still tracking you. And don't think that because you use an ad blocker that you're safe. Tracking goes on. And it's actually proved that even if you use software that, removes tracking and all of that, you're still tracked. There's so many ways that you can actually be followed. And if you use smartphones and tablets, it's even worse. So, I think it's time for regulation for all of these big companies so that we kind of get the control back over some of our data and our privacy. If you enjoy our videos, please subscribe, give us thumbs up. Thank you for watching.